angel that can't sit well. Oh well, ship sail. Still
I know it's been a minute, but I made a promise to y'all that I wasn't gonna come back on here looking crazy. So, with that being said, your girl got her hair done, and y'all about to see the real me. Wave check, wave check. Bam. Bam. Ooh, them sideburns is gone. Woo! I'm gonna let y'all with a little story time of my first heartbreak. And a lot of y'all probably, are watching because y'all think it's about to be a heartbreak with a significant other. It's not. It gets a little interesting, and I'm here to tell my story. So, here. So, I'm just gonna start off by saying I don't really know the age-wise because, I just don't have a certain of age. But I want to say I was going to Bryant Elementary School. I was living on Lenox Avenue on the west, and therefore I had to be about 10 or 11. I don't know. But my first heartbreak was because I was molested. I was molested by someone that my mom married. Not once, but twice. This is something that I barely talk about. I don't like to talk about it. I'm now 28, so it still gives me like the cringes just talking about it or thinking about it. The first time, I know I was sick at home from school, and he happened to be at home as well because he recently just got hit by a car on a bike. So, not thinking, my mom's like, okay, well, you're home, she's home, she's sick, you go watch, so it's like, I'm in my room sick, and he comes in here on his little crutches, and he's like, oh, come in here with me because, I'm on crutches, and, if you need anything, it'll just be right here, I can't do a lot of walking, In my mind, I'm young, so I'm like, okay, sure. So I get up, I go in the room, and I'm thinking not thinking that any of this is capable of happening or possible, or, that's just not my thought at this time. I'm just sick, and he's married to my mom. Fortunately, maybe his stepdad, whatever. So I go in there, and then we're laying in bed, and all I can remember is Mari. Mari was on the TV screen. And unfortunately, one thing led to another. He started touching me, he started, rubbing my hair, he started telling me things like he loves me, not sure as a child or the, child of someone that he married, or things like that. And I'm, again, young, so I'm like, okay, all nonchalant, like, okay, and I'm still, sick, so I'm just laying there, and long story short, he took advantage, and it was, the worst feeling ever, the worst feeling ever. And before, it all ended, he whispered in my ear and basically told me, if you were to say anything, I would hurt your family. that's something that you say to a child. They don't want anything to happen to their family. They, they're going to do what they can to protect their family. And at that time, I felt like I had a major responsibility because I'm like, I can't let nothing happen. So the only thing there is for me to do is to keep my mouth shut. So I kept my mouth shut for a very long time. And I'm pretty sure once my mom got home that afternoon, like, she knew something wasn't right, but she wasn't sure. I probably was distant. I do remember that I was crying up until the point she came home because I didn't want her to know anything. I was just trying to protect my family. So yeah, and that was the first. That changed me completely. Like, it was just like I had hate towards men. I didn't like men. That's not, like, I don't like men now, but I wouldn't say that's the reason why I'm gay. I just look at men totally different, like, and that's why I don't like getting close to men. Like, I don't, no, like, no. Like, I'm looking like a whole nigga out here, and you still trying to holler at me, and it's just, like, disgusts me because that just lets me know how far they go when it comes to the sexual part of women. But back to what I was saying. So now this is the second time. I can say I probably was like a little bit older, maybe 11 or 12. Like I said, I don't remember the ages because in that part, it was just so much. But, yeah, my mom was working at night. I was living on Popular Street. Mom was working at night, and my Aunt Shelby was living with us at the time, and so she was, like, basically sleeping in my room. So my mom was like, oh, sleep on the couch, or sleep with your aunt, whatever. So at that point, I fell asleep in the living room watching TV. My mom's room was right next to the living room, so he's in the living room. He actually scoops me up out my sleep and brings me in his room. At that point, I'm tired, so I'm not really knowing it's him until I'm actually in the bed with him. You know how you are. It's like, okay, whatever. You're not paying attention, or you're just that asleep to where, whatever. So the only thing I remember is the time of me waking up is him being on top of me. And at that point, he's trying to kiss all over my neck, and I'm like trying to push him off of me, but at the same time, he's covering my mouth. So I'm like, there's really nothing I can do. So he basically took advantage of me again, and at that point he was like, telling me things in my ear like, oh, you're doing very well. I know you're gonna say something the first time, so you must like it. You're not gonna say something this time, and it just cringes me. But yeah, he took advantage of me again, and at that point, once he was finished with me, I guess, like, he let up, so I was able to get him off, and then I just ran to the back into the room where my aunt was at, and I just laid there next to her, so scared, like, I tried to, like, tuck myself under her, and then I just remember him walking to the back where my room was, because the bathroom was back there. He peeped in, and he just, like, looked at me with the most evilest eyes ever. Like, it's just like, how can you do this to children? Like, how can you do this to people? And it's just like, in a way, I feel like it kind of like I said, I don't speak on it, but it kind of like messed up my sexual life because I don't have the urge to have like sexual intercourse. And it's bad for my relationship in a way because, when, the other person may want to and you just don't want to. Or, like, you cringe when somebody touch you. Or, if you're not in a mood when somebody trying to put you in a mood and they're touching you. And it's like, you just get flashbacks sometimes. And it's just like, you don't want to speak out about it because it's like, it's not them. But at the same time, it's just like, I don't want to be touched. Like, I don't want nobody to touch me because that has been taken away from me. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's like I said, this is something that was hard to talk about, but I felt like that I just wanted to put it out there so it can enlighten others. It can, allow others to speak out. It can allow others to know that it's okay to express how they feel. No longer holding it in, because I do know I have a lot of anger behind it. I know the only way that I can possibly be okay with it is if I forgive. And I prayed on it. I asked God to put that in my heart, and I don't know. It's just very hard at the moment, and it's just like I want to let that go because it's like been haunting me all these years. Like, when I say haunting, I don't say like I have dreams about it and things like that. It's just like it changed me as a person. Like, I don't have that happiness spark of me because I'm so protected of my heart to where I don't want anyone close to me. Like, And it's just like, if I can guard anything, I'm going to guard me and guard my heart and not let anyone get close to me or, not let someone take something else from me in a way. I felt like a lot has been taken away from me, and not by choice. Like, I didn't have a choice to say, hey, I'm gonna like men, That's what I'm speaking of. Although I don't, but even if I did, I feel like a lot has just been taken away from me. And for a while, it had me distraught as a child. I was distraught, trying to keep my mouth shut, not letting it be known of what exactly happened, what exactly took place. And it's just like, well, maybe if you would have told your mom the first time, it wouldn't happen the second time. And it was just like, well, if you would have told your mom the first time, you don't know what he may have done. He knows your family. He knows where everybody lives. He knows where you rest your heads at. He knows things like that. And it's all this is just playing in my mind, playing in my mind, playing in my mind. And it's just like, yeah, it brought me to be who the person I am today. And that's why I'm always self-conscious. I'm always observant. I'm always looking around. I'm always like, just watching people and watching things and watching for signs. And it's just a part of me that if y'all know what I'm saying, comment down below, because at this point, I don't know. Well, I just wanted to give you a story time on my first heartbreak. Like I said, I know a lot of you guys thought that it was going to be something toward as enough relationship-wise, and this was really my first heartbreak because it broke me. Like, it really broke me down. And I know that in order for me to feel happy or overcome or feel like somebody, I would have to forgive. And hopefully one day I can. But I know right now it's just hard. It's really hard. It was never really no signs that he would do that to me. Like, it was nothing that I thought I had to watch out for. And then as a little child, he just takes your innocence. Not once, but twice. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and end this here. If you guys like the little story time about my first heartbreak, like this video, comment down below. Tell a friend and subscribe. And, be on the lookout for more. And also, let me know what you guys would like to hear more of, like more story times or, challenges or whatever it is. Just let me know, and I'll give it to you. Until next time, we out. Gang.
On the same side, OVO, we a gold mine, but I'm gon' go no time.